My first guest tonight co-hosts the #1 morning show in the country, The Today Show, every weekday here on NBC. Please welcome our pal, Matt Lauer. Hey, really nice to see you.
The vomit toilet, huh?
That thing is real. I swear, some people think maybe I'm calling that a vomit toilet, but it's not. That's a true thing. They have those in Germany, and that's explicitly what it's for. You're supposed to go down, vomit into that thing so that you can continue drinking in a peaceful manner.
And you're the guy who brought it to America. We thank you for that.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that here.
Another cultural innovation from the Conan O'Brien show.
I want to see that in the basement of every Chuck E. Cheese across America. And I'll bring it. Thanks so much for coming. You know, it's funny because it makes me sound like an old man, but when the first season that we were on the air and you came on, of course, you were doing well. You were over here across the hall. Doing live at 5, and so much has happened to you in that time. You're doing the Today Show now. You're a big star. And I was wondering if there's one thing that bothers you, which is there's all this press now about Matt Lauer. He's the sexiest guy on TV, or he's the sexiest guy in the morning.
Yeah, but wait. And so what they do is they say this, and then they put a picture in a magazine, which just came. I don't know if you have the picture, but the picture makes you look like you're an ad for a chiropractor. You know, they put this picture in where I'm doing this, which you're not even sure you ever did that, except that maybe at one point they said the photo shoot, okay, hold on a second. You went, oh, good, thanks, because my neck, and boom, they take the picture. So then you're in the picture like this, and everybody thinks you're trying to be sexy. Plus, the problem is
But why were you holding a pink princess phone?
Now, that's another story. That I can't help.
Okay.
But the problem is you walk down the street, and I've got all my friends now, I mean, giving me a lot of grief about the sexy thing. I go to restaurants with friends, and if they check in at the maitre d', say the reservation, what's the name under? And most of my friends will go, I think it's under sexy. You know, and that takes a while to live down.
So, and you don't like it because you're a serious guy who's doing his job.
That's not true. I mean,
because I reject the whole sexy mantle. I won't have it.
Is that how you have avoided it?
Yes, I get offers here and there. We want to put you on the cover of a magazine and call, and I say no.
What magazines
put
have
someone
offered you
else
the cover
on.
in the sexy light?
Highlights.
Highlights? That is sexy.
I assure you, other offers are going to roll in, and I will
now
say...
that you've talked about it.
Now that I've talked about it, and I will say no.
TV.
Exactly. But it bothers you, or you're getting used to it?
I mean, it's ridiculous. If you go to People magazine and say, please don't do that again, you're an idiot. But it just, I mean, when people hold up the magazine, what do you say? I mean, there's no good answer.
Right.
You know, when they say, hey, is this you?
Has it affected the way you behave on the air at all?
Oh, I'm much sexier on the air now. I mean, yeah, much cockier and sexier.
Because I watched you before, but now I watch you on the show, and you're like, why, hello. I'm Matt Lauer. Thanks for waking up with me. You've done this many times on the show.
No, I do that. I do my eyebrows with my tongue. That's
the Gene Simmons of late night, yeah. Of course, no secret, you're turning 40 soon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, no, that's...
Why do you hurt me this way? The sexy and now the 40? What did I do to you?
Yeah, I hurt you by calling you the sexy guy.
No, the 40 thing is a problem. I mean, I gave Katie so much grief when she turned 40 about 11 months ago or 10 months ago. So I am in for some serious crap.
What kind of things were you doing to aggravate her?
We would do segments on, you know, Lincoln or something, and I'd say, Lincoln, the Lincoln presidency, Katie. What was it like back at the Lincoln presidency? And the problem is she's only 11 months older than me, so and it just drives her nuts when I say the older woman, which I think it would probably drive a lot of people now. I mean, a lot of women don't like that.
They don't like bringing up the age, whereas men love to age.
Well, actually, no. Actually, for me, being a little older has been better. Because when I was younger, I looked very young. I looked like I was 20. And people don't want to turn on the morning and watch a guy who's 20 interview the president. So a little bit of age and losing the hair and getting gray is helping me. That's the way I look at it.
No, but I would. That's nice. That's a nice rationalization. I would like to. No, but I would like to age a little bit. I mean, you know, I think I look a little older on TV, but in person, I was on an airplane when we were coming back from Los Angeles when we were out there for the Emmys. And I'm walking back to, you know, down the aisle, and a woman grabbed my cheek and said, "You're not old enough to be on TV." And, like, you know, pulled at my cheek. And I hit her, which is what I haven't.
You have gotten a little older looking in the, how many years now?
It's, we're in our 5th season.
Yeah,
the first year, it looks like a child wandered onto the set.
But you're also dressing a little bit more conservatively.
I know. The short pants and the beanie was a bad idea.
Not good with a little propeller on top, no.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope you have a good time. Speaking of costumes, I got to ask you, what was the deal with that Halloween show?
It was a mistake. We had Halloween. Well,
on
let
the
me tell you
Today
first
Show.
of all.
Okay.
Every year we have the Halloween show, and Al and I do a team costume type thing. The first year we were Ralph and Ed, Norton and Cramden. This year we decided we're going to go as Frankenberry and Count Chocula. But believe it or not, somebody with some kind of title or rights to Frankenstein and Count Dracula freaked out and wouldn't let us do it. So we couldn't do that. Then we were going to go as Hercules and Xena, and we had like a pissing fight over which one would be Xena.
And Al
you both wanted to be Xena?
I wanted to be Xena, and Al refused to be Xena, and so we didn't do that. So we settled on Fred and Barney. Now, the problem is, I'm figuring I'm going to be Fred. Sure. Because Fred, if you remember the cartoon, Fred was taller than Barney.
Right.
And I'm taller than Al. So
Al Roker is a, smaller guy than you.
He's shorter than I am. So the people at Universal Studios sent these incredible Fred and Barney costumes up. We put them in my office because we had 3 minutes to change at 8:30 on the show, live on the air. So we put them in the office and said, Al, run. You go get dressed. I'll be right up. Thinking I'm going to walk in there and see Al halfway to Barney.
Right.
I walk in, Al's wearing Fred.
Right.
And I said, Al, what's the deal? That's Fred. He goes, well, yeah, I thought I'd be Fred. I said, well, you don't look like Fred. He said, I don't look like Barney either. So Al puts on a black, do we have a picture of this?
We do have a picture. Can we see the
Look
picture,
at the picture here?
Here's the picture.
Now, let me tell you the problem with this. Now, if you look closely here, Al's got this black wig on.
Yeah.
If you put your hand above his body, he could be a cross between James Brown and Al Sharpton. You don't know this guy, Fred.
Right,
well,
right.
If you see me walking down...
Can we see? I want to see your wig. What is with that wig?
Well, that's what I'm saying. All due respect to the Universal people, I look nothing like Barney Rubble.
No.
If I'm walking down the street without Al next to me, no one's going to say, hey, you must be Barney Rubble.
No.
I look like a guy wearing a bath mat with a Marilyn Monroe fixation. And so that was my costume for this year.
And did you get criticized for it?
Yes, I did. But next year, I think what I'm going to be is Prometheus, the gold statue out by the skating rink. Have you seen this at Rockefeller Center here?
Yeah.
I'm going to spray paint my body gold with the big globe around me. Al's going to be Atlas from the other building. Either that or we're going to go with Katie, team up, and she'll be Gladys Knight, we'll be the Pips. We haven't figured out what it's going to be yet. It's supposed to be a surprise, but we'll give you the clue.
Now, I was curious about there's a thing I've noticed with these shows, which is, and morning shows and late night shows are a little different, but one thing that's the same is how schizophrenic it can get. One night you have one kind of guest, then the next night or the next morning you have a completely different kind of guest. And I noticed that last week, I think it was like on a Thursday, you had George Bush, former president, that you're interviewing live on the show.
Right.
And the very next day, you're interviewing the San Diego Chicken. Does it ever get jarring for you that you have to switch your interviewing style? I would think a little bit.
Well, I don't want you to think the Chicken was a fluff interview. The Chicken's being sued by Barney. I mean, do you know this?
The other Barney, the purple dinosaur Barney.
And Fred Barney.
Right.
Barney the dinosaur is suing San Diego Chicken because the San Diego Chicken beats the hell out of a Barney lookalike in his routine. And so they've taken him to federal court. So we asked Barney and the Chicken to appear. Barney declined our invitation.
Right.
So I had the San Diego Chicken and his attorney on at 7:30.
Because I was watching this interview, and you're being kind of serious, saying, "Well, tell me, sir, what are the allegations here?" Well, I'll tell you something. I mean, it's in voice, and he's back and forth.
He's in costume. I mean, and his argument is that people should know that it's a fake it's a fake Barney.
Yeah.
But if you're a 3-year-old kid at a baseball stadium and the San Diego Chicken tracks down Barney and beats the heck out of him.
I've seen the footage. It's the Chicken pounding the hell out of Barney.
And jumps on top of him and kicks him. And Barney's
It's terrific. It's the best entertainment I think I've ever seen.
Barney's suing.
Yeah, I know. Well, as if I need to mention it, the Today Show, of course, is on every weekday from 7 to 9 a.m. on NBC. We're very happy for all your success, and we hope you come back sometime.
Yes, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, Matt Lauer, everybody, thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Lisa Rinna is coming right up. But first, you don't get to have fun like this. But first, tonight's show is brought to you in part by the clear, refreshing taste of 7-Up. That's right, 7-Up. It's the up thing. Isn't that right, oldie?
Wrong. But what do I know? I'm very, very old.
So you want some lingerie for your wife. What about cup size?
Oh, she's way bigger than that.
The moment something was slipped into his bag,
Mr. Zavitz may have passed sensitive materials to you.
Robert Clayton Dean became a target.
Why are they after me?
You have something they want! Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer.
Get the cat.
What's the cat's name?
Babe.
Directed by Tony Scott.
Come here, baby. Baby, come here.
Will Smith, Gene Hackman, Enemy of the State.
You certainly carjacked a really nice car.
Rated R starts Friday, November 20th.
Hello? Yes, sir. Yes.
Can't get enough peanuts?
Get right on it. Goodbye, sir.
Get a PayDay. Sweet caramel and tons of salty peanuts.
If you could accompany your data on this trip overseas, the experience would be alarming. Local carriers handing it to national carriers, over to cable carriers, until you don't know who has your data. Unless you send it through here, with the one and only company that owns the entire network, local, national, and international. So you know who has your data. On net from MCI Worldcom.